Minecarts seem utterly useless, but I have some arguments for why they are better than horses, elytras, and even ice boats. Please hear me out for this one before roasting me in the comments. So, for this video, I will be giving you guys a few reasons to use minecarts next time you want to get somewhere. And by the end, I'm sure you'll agree with me. I saved my best arguments for last, but don't skip the first few. They're very important for context. My first argument is that minecarts and rails are super easy to get. Most people will disagree with me for this one because of the amount of iron that you need, but iron is actually very cheap, especially with the new 1.18 large caves. If you're okay with using farms, then you can easily acquire enough iron with an iron farm. If you don't allow yourself to use farms, then you're probably okay with using some extra cheap resources to make your world look better. I see minecarts as more of a mid to late game tool anyway, even if you can technically get to them earlier. Most people only think of using minecarts in the early game, but as somebody who always uses minecarts, I can confirm that they do suck in the beginning. Minecarts are actually very useful in the late game though, which I'll get to later. My second reason for using minecarts is that they don't take damage like a horse or like an elytra, which means that once they are built, you can use them whenever you want. This means that even if you die in your hardcore build, you will still keep your transportation method. I'm personally going to use this tip to get my stuff back when I die in my 2-year-old hardcore build, because I don't want to lose my stuff. This means that even if you use more resources to set it up, they are cheaper in the long run. This is because for an elytra, you use materials each time, which will eventually cost more if you travel enough. So these were my first two reasons, but my last three arguments are even more based. My third argument is that minecarts are actually quite fast. Hear me out. Sprint jumping is 6.5 meters per second. Minecarts don't use any hunger, and they travel at 9 meters per second. Ice boats also don't use hunger and are faster, but they use so much construction and are even less flexible. Ice boats also have the same flaws as minecarts, except they are much more expensive and time-consuming to make. This is because of the insane amount of blue ice that you need, which can only be acquired from the incredibly rare ice spikes biome. That's one of the rarest biomes in the game, and if you want to travel fast, then you might even need to visit a few to get enough ice. Okay, so now that I have covered my reasons for not using an ice boat highway, I can hear you all shouting,
"Well, what about the elytra? You never mentioned that."
Well, that's where reason 4 comes in. Every other transport method requires you to do something, whether that's right-clicking fireworks or holding down the W key. Minecarts are fully automatic, which can only be said for striders, pigs, and minecarts. This was a key highlight for me, which made me build a minecart track around my hardcore build. If you want to repeatedly go somewhere far away, then build a minecart track. It takes zero effort to use a minecart once the railway has been set up. My last reason is the most important, but it only applies for multiplayer servers. This is what makes minecarts so overpowered. They are one of the best ways to make a trap on your server. Nobody expects you to rig a Minecraft roller coaster with TNT, so it is a lot easier to kill your friends. You can easily set up a trap with TNT minecarts. Just set up a detector rail that shoots the TNT minecart with an arrow. The TNT will explode instantly and will probably kill your friends. I have also seen trap designs where you ambush them at the end of the railway when the unpowered rails slow them down. This could work very well, and I'd be interested to see in the comments if any of you have tried it on an actual server. Well, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this one, please subscribe, because it really makes my day to see that more people have subscribed to my channel. Check out the recommended video, as you'll probably enjoy it if you like this one. Thanks for watching, goodbye!